Hello, hello, and welcome back for another Zerg-tastic episode of Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM: The Long War. And I say Zerg-tastic, of course, because of last mission, in which Exalt decided they were tired of playing like the Protoss and decided to come at Project Lazarus in a big suicide rush. And for a tense couple turns, the circumstances looked pretty favorable for a Zerg victory, especially since the team's initial position left them literally incapable of moving without spawning 3 full pods of operatives. But despite the overwhelming wave of enemies, the Fab Four of Steve Irwin, Mary Shelley, Thomas Edison, and Shaka Zulu held it together just long enough for Exalt's inferior APM to show itself, and those few extra clicks for the team were just enough for them to spawn some firebats and bunkers and lawyer out the win. Which, if you never played StarCraft, of course, is a long, convoluted way of saying that the team should have been killed to the last man, but the AI had so many active units that it derped itself out of a victory by taking a bunch of stupid moves and suppressing instead of just walking up and sticking a gun in everyone's mouth. But, win is a win, and I have absolutely no pride when it comes to XCOM, so I'll take a win however and whenever I can get it, which, oddly enough, is the same strategy I applied to my romantic relations as well, but probably not best to speak of such things, and we should all really hope that things work out a little better for XCOM than in my romantic life, because that's a fucking tragedy that Shakespeare would have had a difficulty equaling. Speaking of tragedy, this is actually not a tragedy. We got a small UFO high over Mexico here. This is good. A chance for us to reduce panic in Mexico by shooting this down. We also clearly completed some side training while the UFO was in the sky, I guess. I have no idea if that succeeded or failed. It appears that Ernest Shackleton finally comes through in a pinch. Jeez, Ernie. It's about damn time, sir. It's about damned time. Alright, so that means medic out. We'd like to go medic in, but, you know what? Yeah, we can. I was going to say medic out, but you know what? We'll stick old Typhoid Mary in here. Time for you to lawyer up old Typhoid there. We're going to give her Mind Fray. We're going to test the regen biofield, but I'm comfortable with Mind Fray. I'm familiar with how it works. Regen biofield is still sort of an unknown quantity. Gonna need a little field testing, I think, before we sort of dedicate and go hardcore at that. Alright, we got a couple newbies here. Pointer Okoye, Buck Rogers, Scorpion have all seen a little action. I think it's time we give these little virgins a chance here to pop their murderous cherry. So let's send Tripper Gonzalez up and see if he trips himself up or if he's as smooth and cool as Jack Tripper and brings home the kill.
Bangs out.
For those of you unfamiliar with Three's Company, by the way, Jack Tripper was neither smooth nor cool.
Target now.
Damn fine chef, though. Damn fine chef. Down at the Regal Beagle, Tripper would whip you up a fantastic dish and make you glad you came. Alright, well, despite the fact that we did full damage to that UFO, we somehow didn't get the kill, so I guess Ripper Jackson is gonna get his chance at a first successful win here. Let's hope he can shoot it before it lands, because this was an ape of the earth, which means it might be looking to land.
Engaging bogey.
Alright, Tripper. Come on, man.
Closing on top.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, nicely done. 1 shot, 1 kill. Good. Alright, I'll take it. Fighter, down in Mexico. I'm not even sure that fighter ever hit us, and that's a fighter. If he didn't hit us, that's a bit of a coup, I think. Well done, gentlemen. So some rookies showing pretty strong performances on their first time out of the box. Beginner's luck, or a testament of skill. Time's gonna tell on that one, the same way it told for Crush Groove being a better movie than E.T. Alright, so what do we want to do here? What's our engagement zone look like? Riparian, which means near a river. Light or moderate vegetation. Alright, so we're near a river, which means we have the fantastic sounds of a babbling brook to look forward to. It also means that a sniper is going to be pretty damn useful. I may go double snipers on this one. And you know what? There's no may to it. I'm going to go double snipers on this one. Franklin D. Roosevelt theoretically might be able to pull a level out of this, so let's give the D the call and hope that he can be the one to deliver the D rather than having the D delivered. D delivered, by the way, illegal in like 49 states, so if you're considering having a little D delivered, check your local listings and make sure that that is allowed by your current prefecture. Otherwise you may find yourself doing a little time in the pokey. So Gauss long rifle, alloy bipod, high capacity mags. Franklin D. Roosevelt is sorted. Let's get the D a little backup sniper chum, shall we? Alright, William Blake. We got Marconi. He's going to be not fantastic as a sniper, but on the plus side, he will almost certainly level. So I think Marconi and his long-distance dedications are the right tool for this particular job. It is a small UFO after all, so no real need to go crazy heavy on the force outlay. I like the Gauss long rifle to Kestrel armor. That's solid. We will need a reasonably strong core, and because I'm probably going to take maybe a rookie as well, which means we need, you know, not like gobstopper strong center. It doesn't have to be everlasting, but we'd want it to be at least reasonably durable. We're going to have to take the Baker on this one. Now, the Baker needs to go in the tube so desperately. But we just took somebody out of the tube. We can, you know what? It's a tough decision. We got the Good Time Girl and Jane Sporty Austin, but they're sort of gearing up for what is likely to be a base raid. You know, we can probably afford to do Marie the Baker Antoinette, because I think we'll be able to get her off of the fatigue timer before it comes time to stuck her, before a tube slot opens up. I think she'll be back and ready to go, so let's just go with that. Scope and a laser sight for the little Baker herself. Alright then, so we got 5 more slots. What do we want to do with them? We should... medics are intriguing. Oh, wait, you know what? We got to try Sir Ernest Shackleton. I want to check out this whole regen biofield thing. This is a good little experimental option for Ernie Shack, because it's going to be a fairly low-risk environment here. Armor? Question? Let's go for the Carapace for Ernie. Let's try and make sure that Ernie doesn't wind up wounded. Although, at the rate with which our assaults and engineers have been getting hurt lately, it seems like the smart move might actually be to give that Carapace armor to one of our assaults. Well, the assaults have been wearing it. We might give it to an engineer, but it slows them down, and that's so undesirable. Like my engineers fast. Although I gotta say, the speed really hasn't been helping them lately. I'm gonna... yeah. I hate myself already. Alright, Annette. Let's have a little talk here, pre-mission. A little sit-down, if you will. A little bit of a briefing. I'm gonna need you to not talk. If you could maybe just not talk, Annette, I think we'd all be happy with you and the whole not talking. So if you could keep your mouth closed, Miss Gung-Ho Action, it's going to be a better, safer, happier, more enjoyable mission for pretty much everyone. So, I don't know, stuff a sock in it, fucking plaster some rigging tape over that hole, put a pie in it, I don't care. Whatever it takes, just shut it. Scouts? Wow. We are dragging the bottom of the barrel, and we have literally 1 scout. Please tell me we have some scouts coming off of fatigue in the, like, immediate future. Like in the next 5 minutes. 2 days, 4 days, 10 hours. All right, well, we'll have Atlas King back. Fantastic. 2 days for Mitch Pancakes Hedberg. 1 day for Ava Don't Cry Perone. I have 2 psionics in the back. That's just a bad idea right there. Having 2 scouts in at the same time, that's bad. That's bad planning. That's poor commandering, if I say so myself. And I don't really need to say so myself, because I'm sure everyone watching is also saying, man, that's some poor commandering, Pete. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Alright, little Gauss rifle. Let's go with the battle scanner. We're going to give the old chameleon suit here to Simone de Beauvoir. Number 1 on your programs, number 1 in your hearts. Simone de Beauvoir. Assault troopers we're running low on, mostly because I just can't stop sending them to the hospital. Our hospital roster is filled, I think, exclusively at the moment with assaults and engineers. And I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it, but, well... they're right up in the face of danger. If anybody's gonna get shot, those guys are gonna be close to the thick of it. And when you're close to the thick of it, sometimes you get a little of it on you. If you're an engineer and assault on my team, though, you don't get a little on you. You get pretty much a lot on you. Basically all of it, all the time. The firecracker could level. Yeah, I'm okay with that. It's pretty unlikely that she would level. She would need to do better than average. And let's face it, when it comes to the old firecracker here, better than average, not really the words I would use to describe her based on her foot speed. But she's got a shot, so we're going to go motion tracker, and just to make sure she does poorly, I'm going to slow her down as much as possible with a motion tracker and an arc throw. You know, that's just... I say it's a bad idea. Maybe we should go with the motion tracker and the arc throw. Yeah, I'm going to do it. All right. No, you know what? We can't do that because Annie Oakley can't shoot twice. I'm dithering here, and I realize that I'm dithering, and I don't feel good about it, but yeah, okay. So we're gonna have to make the capture sort of the longbow, which sucks because we need outsider shards like the desert needs the rain. We're going to need like 85 skeleton keys at our current pace, and we can build exactly 0 more, given our lack of outsider shards. Yep, it's definitely not a good place to be. It's not a good place to be. Much like, say, Camden, Arkansas. Also, not a good place to be. And if you've ever been to Camden, Arkansas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Also, I'm sorry for you. I don't know why you're in Camden, Arkansas, but please, for your own health and safety, please consider leaving as soon as possible.
Down hard in a remote area just outside of a small
Operation Morbid Days?
And eliminate any hostiles at the crash
Well, based on the results of our playthrough lately, I've kind of been living in a morbid days. Things have not been going fantastically for us since the base assault. That was like the last mission I was even sort of remotely stoked about. We did pull a pretty significant come-from-behind victory last time. I really should be more excited about it, but honestly, when the AI just trips and falls over itself and, you know, fucking spikes itself trying to hurt you, it's really kind of hard to be enthused about that sort of performance. That wasn't so much an XCOM success as it was an AI failure. We didn't really win that one. The aliens just, they threw hard. Let's face it. They threw and they threw hard.
Heading out.
Alright, what do we got? Okay, so... clear so far. I'm going to err on this side as opposed to going over here. Alright, well, we should be relatively clear to the meld canister then. Let's start moving in that direction. Durand, do a little more sort of scouty maneuver for us. Good God, Annie Oakley is slow.
Got it. Moving.
She's over there right now complaining. Well, you know, I'd be a little quicker if you hadn't loaded me down with all this gear. I'm carrying more than a prospector's pack mule. You got me loaded down here. Boat anchoring me, if you will. To which I would say, you know, if you were faster, you just keep on running. So we're going to steady with Marconi. The old master, arguably not that much faster than the firecracker. I mean, a little faster, yes. Dramatically faster? Not really. Let's get Roosevelt, the D, up here. We're not going to steady the D's weapon. He's got a pretty good aim. He can probably take a snapshot if we need him to. Not an actual snapshot, because he doesn't have that ability, but, you know, a non-steadied shot if we need him to. He's got enough aim to overcome it. Marconi, a little lower level, doesn't exactly have as much aim as the more experienced Franklin, the D, Roosevelt. The D's been giving folks the D for a good long while, and he's got a lot of practice, so... do I want to use another motion tracker? We didn't get any kind of audio clue as to where the enemy is. I'm not exactly sure which map we're on. Did we start in a corner? Yeah, we did. Yeah, man, I'm all hesitant. I'm so afraid of having another one of our scouts or engineers wind up in the hospital that I'm playing extra cautious. Probably to my detriment, really. Well, some situational information is better than no informational information. No informational information. Let it be known, folks, if you have information, it must be informational. Strategic information is actually the words my brain was struggling to come up with there and failing. So we have another melt canister spotted. Alright, the D, go ahead and grab this one for us. This probably isn't going to spawn a pod. We still have no idea where the alien craft is. Franklin D. Roosevelt saying he got the goods. Not because he actually was excited about fetching that melt canister, but because Franklin D. Roosevelt has the goods. I mean, he got the goods, baby. He got the goods. Franklin D. Roosevelt just giving an objective evaluation of his own abilities. Alright, so Ernie, let's get you up to this cover. Durand, as long as you don't say anything, I don't really care what you do. Yeah, okay. Annette, yeah. I'm telling you, Annette, you and I are going to have a violent disagreement over your inclusion in the project here. I gotta say, you're real irritating. You're real irritating. It's like having Steve Urkel on every mission. I can smack that kid. I have no idea where we are. Oh, actually, maybe I do recognize this. Alright, this should be relatively safe then. Or it's going to spawn a pod of floaters and we're all going to die. Nope, okay. We have 3 meld canisters on this map, huh? Motion tracker said there was one over here as well. Now we come to a bit of a conundrum. Do we expand our zone in the effort to fetch a little extra meld? I think the answer is yes. So let's drop this basically on the can. We'll know if the zone and the area is safe. If this is the map I think it is, it should be fairly safe to make a dash for that, actually. Okay, yeah, I know exactly where we're at. The UFO is going to be up there, then. So that means Marconi and the D are going to have to fairly aggressively shift their position on the battlefield. So let's get started on that. We'll bring Marconi over here. We can have the D and Marconi dig in. They should be able to do a fairly reasonable job of concentrating some sniper fire towards our foes. There's our audio clue. Okay, so the alien's basically where I was expecting. Let's try and keep the team more or less together. Simone, you're going to have to do a little bit of long-distance dashing dedication here. Don't break Casey Kasem's heart. Yeah, you know what, well, this can't spawn a pod. Never mind. I was worried. Now that I think about it, this can't spawn a pod. That's what the motion tracker... There's a reason we threw it out there. Battle scanner says it's clear. I trust the battle scanner. It's basically the only thing I do trust anymore. I've got issues. Do we want to double move? This could spawn a pod, but I think it's reasonably unlikely. It's also on... Do you have low profile? Yeah, he doesn't. Alright, so Marconi needs full cover. He does not have profile like his more advanced comrade, Franklin D. Roosevelt. When it comes to giving people the D, Franklin's got the goods, baby. He got the goods. I mean, he said so himself. I believe him. Franklin D. Roosevelt is not a man prone to idle boasting. Annie Oakley, let's just... I'm worried you might be able to see the enemy from here, but you'll be in full cover if you can. And you can't, so that's fine. So Ernie, let's get you up here then. This should be relatively safe. Good. Get on Overwatch, Leo. Overwatch for Ernie Shack. Durand, we want you close, but not especially close. Again, feeling a little hesitant about committing my engineers and assaults. I may have the yips. And you know what they say, you don't get better from the yips. I mean, I'm gonna try and get better from the yips, but I don't like my chances. Alright, Simone, you should be able to grab a meld canister for me, correct? Yes? Meld canister? Okay. Good. Grab the meld for me. See, the aliens are back down to 5 meld, which means they're... Well, like Jeremy Renner, they're kind of in a hurt locker if they've only got 5 meld. That means they're doing relatively poorly. I really want to know where the enemy is before I go forward. It's more important than ever, especially with this crew. Go ahead and study that weapon, Marconi. Because we have so much ridiculously long-range firepower. Now, there is a meld canister over there that we should theoretically be beating feet for, but we've already picked up 2, and if we have to let the 3rd one go for 5 meld, I don't want to risk someone's life for 5 meld. There isn't a single trooper on this mission whose life I don't value more than I value 5 meld. Now, that's not always the case, and definitely not always true for the way I play. Like, if J. Robert Oppenheimer was here, I'd just sprint him over straight at the can because I don't give a shit about J. Robert Oppenheimer's life. But these guys mean something. They're important. I mean, I'm going full-on Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters here. This is important. This means something. This is important. Now, I may also sculpt the mesa out of my mashed potatoes and go outside and dig up the rose bushes, but I assure you that has nothing to do with the importance. It's just a thing I like to do. Alright, so give me the motion tracker then, Sir Ernie. Ernest Shackleton says it's still clear.
Copy that.
I'm gonna trust you, Ernie. No reason to not trust Ernest Shackleton. The guy's a proven soldier. Still nothing. Alright, well, we're clear to make a moderate advance here, then. Annette, please, come on. Your gung-ho attitude, it's really starting to grate. It's really starting to grate on me, Annette. It's really starting to grate. A lot. You gotta tone that shit down, honey. And I don't want to call you honey and be dismissive, because that's sexist. I'm sorry I did it, but, you know, it slipped out. I'm just a pathetic, stupid farm animal. I don't know any better. That being said, could you please tone it down a little? All right, we're gonna keep Simone on the ramp of safety, and we're gonna deploy Johnny Battle Scanner up here. See if we can't catch a peep at some enemies. If we do catch a peep, I am not going to engage. Gonna wait a turn. All right, so we have battle music. I don't want to engage the foe while. Yeah, I don't want to engage the enemy while we've got Simone even moderately exposed. I can't afford to risk activating them. I do need to know where they are though. They're inside the ship. Nothing over here, which is surprising. Okay, that does mean it's clear for us to bring the old master forward though. This isn't gonna pop him. This isn't gonna pop him. We overwatch here with the old master. Let's move the D up and we'll have both of our snipers right here behind this log ready to deal. Neither of our snipers has a shot from there, huh? I would love to get these guys spawned with Franklin D. Roosevelt. I don't think we're going to be able to get a shot over that hill, though. That's not good. We may have to activate these guys with the body. Somebody may have to take one for the good of the team here. We may have to have somebody dash in there and body activate them. Which you don't like, especially now that we've sort of bumped into the situation a couple times where body activating pods has still let the enemy get Overwatch shots at us. I am not a fan of that, even a little. Alright, so if we go here, we'll still be in half cover. Still no activation. What about there? Still no activation. Okay, man, aliens are really playing hard to get on this one. They're gonna make us work for it. They're not just gonna give up the goods.
Moving out.
Alright, so Ernie, get you over here. We'll get you on Overwatch.
I've got my eyes
Knowing
on.
where they are and them not having vision on us, though, does kind of let us set up a fairly coordinated assault here. Should probably try and make a move on the meld. This is gonna be the last turn. I don't want to run and gun for it. I need to run and gun. I need it not on cooldown, but else I'm gonna be greedy. Alright. If we don't get the meld here, we're not gonna get it. So, Leo, I'm sorry, pal. You gotta waste your cooldown maneuver. Wasting a cooldown for 5 meld, that I'm okay with. So we got the meld. We're gonna Overwatch because we already took the move. We might as well get the shot as well. Let's get the D up here. And Marconi, we're gonna try and just get you anywhere you have a shot. Now, the problem is both of these guys are gonna do this at a dash, so they're gonna be unable to steady their weapons, which is especially problematic for Marconi. Annie, let's come back to you. Annette, let's get you, or rather Marie Antoinette. I'm sorry I called you Annette, Marie. I'm desperately sorry. It's just, I got Durand on my mind. She just keeps yapping at me, yapping at me. She's like an excitable little dog. She just won't shut up. She just, yip, 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 kill me, aliens, yip, 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 yip. It's driving me batshit. Really, kind of batshit crazy. Alright, so what are these floaters doing? Come forward, floaters. Alright, so the floaters have activated themselves. This is not really that much of a problem for us. We've got several troopers sort of in the vicinity to deal with this problem. Alright, first things first, the Baker should have some quality shots. She has some real good shots, actually. 80. Double. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Just before we shoot with her, it'll be good to know what else we've got. So, the Franklin D. Roosevelt really only has one shot. Wow. And it's not a good one. What about you? Any better, Marconi? Marconi, the same single shot. We're going to try and get the kill with Marconi. He needs the XP. Alright, 8 damage is actually pretty good. He did come up 1 short, but still, respectable output. Marie Antoinette has a number of shots. Simone de Beauvoir also has a reasonable number of shots here. Alright, so we're going to have Franklin D. Roosevelt go ahead and give this guy the D. He sure enough got it done. The D is delivered. We have delivered the D, because delivering the D is what Franklin Roosevelt does, and yes, I'm saying he is a male prostitute, also known as a gigolo. He's not ashamed of what he does to make a living. Franklin D. Roosevelt is totally comfortable with his body. That's he doesn't have a problem. He'll put the goods out on display. He'll put them out there for sale. The D does not care. Are we going to get any other shots? It seems highly unlikely. So let's take an aggressive move with Durand. Maybe we can get her to throw a grenade for us next turn. Also, that has the added benefit of putting her in a position where she literally cannot be shot. Oakley. She's got to be closer if we're going to have her do anything, even with a run and gun. Alright, let's bring her up here in this full cover. Ernie Shack, you're on Overwatch. And that just leaves Simone de Beauvoir. Now, we have some interesting opportunities with de Beauvoir here. I think I'm going to move her to this full cover. This actually is going to give her a worse shot, but I'm not that concerned about it. What I'd like is to make sure that the only unit that can see her is Mind Frayed, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. If this works, he should have a huge penalty. Also, some much-needed Psychic EXP for Annette. Psychic is kind of her thing. We gotta kind of have her doing her thing, and we're gonna bring the old master even further forward. I'm expecting there to be at least... Oh, that's real bad. That guy is some kind of monstrous atrocity. Okay, so not only can we not afford to have that unit even see us, we also can't afford to have that unit even shoot at us. He's gonna have every ability. We can't even get anywhere near him. Getting close to this guy is gonna be a huge risk. Alright, so Annette is suppressed, not really a problem. We can easily kill the suppressing unit. It's these guys that I'm worried about. This is bad. Okay, so the full cover keeping us strong. I'm still real worried about it, even with the full cover, though. Very concerned. Okay. So the long-range team has some opportunities to do some pretty good work for us. Marie Antoinette only has 1 shot, and I'm just going to take the double 50s. Come on, Marie Antoinette. One of these coin flips needs to hit. She got it, but she... Oh, did you leave him with one? No, she killed him. Wow, so she killed that floater so hard he wasn't even sure he was dead yet. That's some pretty impressive shooting. We do have that piece of trash back there, but I think that is a job that has Annie Oakley pretty much written all over it. So Annie, let's have you come over here.
Moving out.
She's the one with our arc thrower, which means we have to get her close to that outsider. That's going to be almost impossible.
Hoorah.
On the plus side, kill for Annie Oakley, which I am pleased with. Simone is still in a not good position. 37% chance to hit. That guy has every ability ever. If he's 37% to hit from here with a squad side shot, that means that guy has, like, every defensive ability. We may have to double steady weapon to even get a shot at that guy. We can't afford to move with Da Vinci. Well, now it's decision time. Do we have the D take a shot? It's a bad shot. We might be better off to either steady our weapon. Alternatively... You know what? Yeah, okay, we gotta do this. So we're gonna steady, and then we gotta go for some smoke here. Can we cover... We can cover both of our most exposed units. I'm okay with this. Smoke it up. Yeah, blaze it. Ernest Shackleton. Yeah, I know what he came back from Elephant Island with. Yeah, you know what Ernie came back with? Wasn't food. He came back with the ganja, some of that dank herb. We're gonna have him step back, actually. Not being visible to the enemy is actually vastly superior to being visible to the enemy, but in smoke. That leaves Simone de Beauvoir, whose ability is on cooldown, and I would prefer to have on Overwatch. So we're going to have her fall back. She'll be in full cover and dense smoke and on Overwatch. Da Vinci, he's got a hunker. None of these guys is going to be able to engineer themselves a flank shot. They're just not fast enough. Okay, so that guy fell back and suppressed. Not really a problem. We don't really mind having him on suppression. The other guy took a shot and just straight up missed. All right, who has vision on the enemy? Anyone? Marconi does. 40? If we could... Okay, we're going to need a little luck here. Come on, Googly Earth. Nice shot. Nice shot, Radio Man. Alright, so the Radio Man was some pretty solid shooting for a Rook, and that means Franklin and D. Roosevelt can possibly deliver the D. We're still going to need quite a bit of luck. And this probably won't kill him even if we get it. Real close, though. Real close. Alright, so... That went about as well as one could have expected. Now, we did pull the Overwatch, which is intriguing. Full cover is half cover for Durand, or for Simone de Beauvoir. I'm sorry, I keep calling you Annette, and it makes me feel terrible every time I do it. We need 4 damage here. We gotta have 4 damage. The hollow target is probably not gonna get us there. How close can the old master get? Not close enough is the answer. I was curious if we could get the old master in a position where he might be able to kill that guy. He's not going to be able to kill him with one shot. He could run and gun to here, take the flank shot, and put one in his back. I don't think it's going to kill him. The problem is I want Durand in the square that he is in. But we might still be able to engineer this, actually. Okay, we got to think, man. Got to think. Think. I think we can do it. So the old master runs and guns. The Overwatch is pulled. He's no longer suppressed. We bring the old master to here. You better have a flank shot from there. I'm going to be supremely pissed by this unintuitive line of sight. Okay, he has 2 flank shots. This brings us 2 advantages. 1, these guys' first instinct is going to be to fall back towards cover. So the first thing they're going to try to do is move. That's fine. That's actually really good for us. First thing, right, you're never going to shoot an alien, Annette. You're a goddamn engineer. Shooting aliens is not what you do. You know what you do? You blow fucking aliens up with grenades. That's your job. Get it done. I can't help but notice that you did not get it done, and you also destroyed one of our units' cover. This is a marked tragedy. We can probably kill this guy for sure. Oh, we're in real bad shape. Simone de Beauvoir has a 74% chance. We need 1 damage, Simone. I wish you had Mind Fray up. Please don't miss. Oh, thank you, Simone de Beauvoir. That was clutch. Also, earning a promotion. You damn sure earned that promotion. Every fucking nickel of it.
Another day, another successful operation.
Considering the fact that we had the aliens 8 on 6, Operation Morbid Days was surprisingly tense. Oh, I do not feel good about that. That was a bit of a fucking nail biter. I mean, I'm actually chewing my nails right now. You can't hear it, but you should see my cuticles. They look like I just ran them over a cheese grater. It's a tragedy. It's a sincere personal problem. Also, I have worms because I keep chewing my fingernails. Old wives' tale, by the way. Chewing your fingernails will not get you worms. Unless for some reason you've been digging through animal feces with your bare hands and then just chewing on your nails without washing your hands. And if you've been doing that, worms is probably not your biggest problem. Having worms, probably not the worst problem you're facing at the moment. Alright, so Duran got promoted to Lance Corporal. It's good. We'll give her Sapper. Sapper's fantastic. We like Sapper. We need Duran to be able to do good damage with the grenade. Hit and run for Simone de Beauvoir or in the zone? Absolutely in the zone. Concealment's real good. It's real good. Yeah, it's a fantastic ability. Is it better than in the zone, though? I don't think so. I mean, I understand the argument for concealment, and I can see it being potentially useful, especially for, like, a spotting unit. I just think in the zone has more overall utility. The radio man, who did do some long-distance dedications for us, Casey Kasem would be proud of you, by the way, Marconi. This one goes out to a heartsick outsider missing his shard because it's stuck inside Dr. Valen's wet, warm, sticky squish mitten. That heartsick outsider, this one goes out to you. This is a Casey Kasem long-distance dedication. Alright, so Marconi having... I'm sorry about the squish mitten comment, Guglielmo. That was probably inappropriate, but still. Getting Lance Corporal, low profile, fantastically useful for our snipers. That's got that sorted. Floater corpses, Illyrium, alloys, weapon fragments, meld canister. We did not get to capture, but I can't really say I prioritized it. And based on the abilities that the Chief Outsider had, I'm almost guaranteeing you he would have had close encounters, which would have made trying to capture him all but suicidal. And we just didn't have an opportunity to pin the other guy down. It was either kill or be killed once Annette blew up that cover that the old master was hiding behind. Still, a win is a win. I can't help but think we're going to have plenty of additional opportunities to capture outsiders. I'm tempted to scan. We just did an Exalt mission, though. We should have at least a week or two. Let's head to the gray market, sell off this damaged junk, and that'll probably be the end of everything. Because everyone's going to die on next mission. Holy crap, we got a bunch of these. Where did all of these come from that I didn't sell them? Okay, so we just have a huge stockpile of cash, and... we have a huge stockpile of cash. We should use it. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna actually spend some of this. We're gonna order another interceptor. I don't want to spend it all because we do have some facilities we're gonna need to be building in the relatively immediate future. But I do think buying another interceptor for South America, since we are gonna have a satellite going up there in the not immediate but near future, and we should definitely try and get a laser cannon equipped for that guy. So let's go ahead and build one of those as well. 3 interceptors. It's definitely better than 2. And once those are finished, we do need to look... okay, skeleton key done in 1 day. So when this round of psi training completes, that's when we need to launch our interceptor, because that's when our A-team should cycle in and we'll be ready to throw a satellite up. If we launch these on the same day, that's 5 days total. Our A-team should be off of cooldown, and we'll be ready for another alien base raid. So, yeah, that's everything we need to do then. I'm going to wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more XCOM, where you can hear me make comments about squish mittens, you might consider subscribing as well. Everybody does love a good squish mitten. We post new episodes of XCOM every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.